Nuggets, Suns, Game 6 betting preview. That is what we are talking about in this video. The Nuggets, after losing 2 straight in Phoenix, came back to Denver, won in a pretty convincing fashion Game 5. Pretty big blowout. The game got close in the second quarter. The Nuggets just went on a run in the second half to win the game. Mediocre game from Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Mediocre by their standards, I should say, as they both ended the game with fewer than 30 points, which I think is the first time Devin Booker's done that. And I know in this series, maybe in the playoffs as a whole, I'm not sure about the beginning of the Clippers series, but you expected them to run out of gas eventually. Maybe they'll get it back together for Game 6 and combine for another 80 points, which was just ridiculous when they did that. So regardless, in this video, what we're going to be doing, betting preview for this game, hopping on OddsJam, hopping on the line shopping tool to pull up the screen you see here, which is where every single sportsbook is pricing odds for this play. So just going to go through the odds, identify a bet, and I have a banger for you guys. Sneak preview. I do have a banger that I really like for this game. But let's chat about it. So number one, the money line odds. Nuggets, going back to Phoenix, where they lost 2 straight, are back to being the underdogs. I always find it fascinating how the odds swing moving from home cities. I know that the Nuggets have a pretty big home court advantage being in Denver, the altitude of Colorado. I just find it fascinating how much the odds shift going from home and away and all that stuff. Not saying I disagree with it. It's just interesting. But regardless, Nuggets are the underdogs here, as I mentioned. Not a horrible price. If you want to get their money line odds, if you think they're going to close it out in 6 in Phoenix, you can get it at plus 148 odds at BetRivers. That's all of the Canby books, BetRivers, Barstool, Unibet, TwinSpires, all that good stuff. You can get it at these odds. And like I said, not a bad price because it's the best offered on that book. If you look at the other sports books and where they price it, we see plus 145 as the closest. So not a huge edge, but it still is a money line market, which is pretty heavily bet. Where I have found an absolute hammer. My favorite play, McSlam, which is my term for it. I call it bangers, McSlam. It's a bet that I really like. Is the Nuggets plus 4.5. It's rare you see this type of line discrepancies for a spread in a playoff game. That is why betting early is so valuable, or at least looking early. You're not always going to find this type of value, but you can sometimes. And look at what we see here, right? Nuggets plus 4.5. Minus 114 odds at BetRivers, so a little bit juiced. Look at where every other book prices it. Legitimately every other book. We see one book at plus 4, which for whatever reason, if you don't have the Canby books, I don't hate it at plus 4 either at FoxBet. The reason why, every other book, literally every other book, has it at 3.5. Not only that, but it's like even money at 3.5 as well. Look at the sharp sports books, and that's the most important thing here, right? When you are line shopping, look at where the sharp sports books price something. Identify outliers based on those books. Pinnacle has it at 3.5, minus 105 each way. That's Pinnacle telling you they think it's a 50-50 outcome, whether the Nuggets cover 3.5 points or not. We are getting it at 4.5. That's a huge deal. Circa Vegas, very sharp sports book. Same thing, minus 110 each way. 50-50 outcome. We see other sharp sports books literally favor the Nuggets at plus 3.5. Not only is it a full point better, but they also are charging more money on the Nuggets plus 3.5, which is BetOnline telling you they think that the most likely scenario here is that the Nuggets cover 3.5 points. We're getting it at 4.5. So that's why I love this play so much. I think it's an absolute hammer. I locked it in already. If you follow me on Pickett, you will see that I locked it in already. Really, really good play here. Nuggets plus 4.5, minus 114 odds at BetRivers. Looking at the total, I do like the under 227 as well. For pretty similar logic, PointsBet has it at minus 110 at 227. Every other book at 226.5 or 226. And Pinnacle favors the under at 226.5. So half point better, also favoring the under, as does another sharp sports books, with other books having it at 226. So pretty good price on the total. Not as good. Personally, I like the spread better. I think the value is a little bit better on the spread, but still a pretty good play. I also have a player prop for you guys. Michael Porter Jr., who just had a really good game in Game 5, to go over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. This is at plus 120 odds at BetRivers. I like this play a lot. When you're positive expected value betting, there's a couple things that you want to look for. Number one, we see the no vig odds in this column here. Price this at plus 112. We are getting it all the way up at plus 120. That's pretty good. But the reason why I like this play and why it's a hammer is look at where BetRivers is pricing it compared to every other book. The closest book is plus 104. Every other book, minus 105, minus 111, minus 105, minus 120. But that minus 120 is a little bit misleading because the under is priced at minus 139. So tons of juice, like what, 59 cents of juice being charged by Sleeper, DFS company. But regardless, the plus 120 is really good. So three plays for you guys. Nuggets plus 4.5, under 227, and Michael Porter Jr. over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. 3 plays for you guys to hammer for Nuggets Suns game 6. And that's all I got. So appreciate you guys for watching. If you're tailing any or all 3 of these, comment, let me know. Other than that, remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can hit me up on my Twitter handle you see right at about here. And again, that's it. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Below are all of my different social medias where I post picks and plays daily. Make sure to hit me up there. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as I'm constantly putting out new videos to learn how to make money sports betting. And that's it. So thanks for watching and have a good one.